You're baking me crazy! 3D bacon and eggs in a skillet acrylic nail art tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be showing you a really funny little design that just kind of makes me laugh a little bit. It's a skillet and bacon and eggs in the skillet. So you have just like, I did a cast iron style skillet because I think that's the most, the easiest to recognize. Plus the really dark, just black skillet really shows off the eggs really well. It makes them just kind of pop, especially, white and yellow. Just makes it look really, really vibrant. I absolutely adore making little miniature food and food nail art. I think it's just something that's fun and recognizable to almost everybody. I don't know anybody that won't look at this and say, hey, bacon and eggs. So I hope you guys like that. I hope it doesn't make you too hungry. I know a couple of my videos people are like, no, now you made me hungry for Oreos. I apologize. I know watching nail art should not make you hungry, but it can happen. So I hope you guys like this, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. So to start with, I'm actually going to be showing you guys this lamp that I just got, which is phenomenal, and it's probably my new favorite lamp. I know I say that a lot of times when I review things, but this one is kind of like the bigger version of the little sun lamp that I've been using. So there was an instruction manual, here's the cord. The thing about this one is it's called a two-hand lamp, which is kind of why I was interested in it, because when you're doing your nails yourself and if you're doing gel, it takes forever because you can't be doing anything while one hand is curing. But if you can cure two hands at once, it cuts your work time about a third. So that is a huge time benefit. It's really hard in the video. You cannot see the LED screen for anything. I tried really hard, but it has a 30-second, 60, and then a 99 slow cure setting. And it either is a sensor where you can just set your hand in there and it'll turn on and it knows, or there is a little button that you can turn it on when you want it on. So that's how that goes. And the buttons on there aren't actually buttons. I don't know how they're more like a sensor. So you just put your finger over it. You don't have to press at all, and they turn on. So I like that this lamp is a little bit bigger. Like I said, I can cure two hands at once. Yay, finally. And I think that'll really help me out. Plus it seems like it's a little bit lighter weight, which may be a downfall to some people, but for me I think that's beneficial because I kind of move them around a lot. So I kind of like it to be, I don't know, it's not like any of them weigh a lot, but yeah, I like that it's a little bit lighter weight. So now I'm going to be encasing my nail. First I started out with a layer of very lavendery acrylic and then a layer of clear acrylic over the top of that. I went with lavender just because I really like purple. There's really no reason behind that. I would stick with something pastel, but like a lavender and orange. I wouldn't do any yellow because of the yolk in the egg, but any of those other colors, pink would be fine, blue, you can really just go with anything, green, but I would stick with a pastel. So then I filed my nail into shape starting with a coarse bit, then a finer bit. So now to make your skillet, the first thing you want to do is just sculpt the base of your skillet, a black circle on a nail form backing. It's very exciting at this point. You just need to make a circle. And I know that there's different kinds of skillets and there's different shapes for them. The one that I use all the time, that my little cast iron skillet that I adore, it's my favorite piece of cooking equipment, has very straight up edges, so I kind of went with that, but most of them do have more of a slanted appearance, so there might be different ways of doing this, but to make one that looks like mine, I went this route. Then next to your little circle, you're going to want to make a handle. The reason I say next to is because that way you know if you're getting it to be the right size, so it's not too long or too short. Before that handle completely sets, use a dotting tool or a toothpick or something just to kind of make a hole in the handle at the far end of your skillet. Then with black, again, more black acrylic, we're going to be making the little ridge that goes around the edge or the rim of the pan. And to do this is kind of tedious. You have to place down a bead and then sort of press it up and push it and get it so that it fits right along that edge and not too much. And it's kind of just, like I said, it's tedious. It's not the most fun part of this process, but just create your little rim. It doesn't have to be too thick. I know some of them have really tall sides. It doesn't have to. It's making bacon and eggs. It's not like it's your boiling stew in there. So yeah. Then after that's set, take that off the nail form backing and just file the edges. Make sure they're really nice and smooth and straight. Like I said, mine has very straight up sides. I make cookies a lot. In mine, I make skillet cookies and scallops. That's what my cast iron pan is for. Two of my favorite foods, cookies and scallops. Anyways, then after that's all filed, glue the handle onto the edge of the skillet. And then after that glue is set, because it still has it's not very smooth, you want to just take some more black acrylic and just sort of smooth out the place where it attaches so it doesn't look like it's been glued on and it doesn't actually belong to the cast iron pan. You want to make sure it looks like it's been there a while. Cast iron pans, the joy of them is that they I don't know, they get more lively the longer and the older they are. And so then I'm going to take some clear acrylic just to make the handle stronger, because just that thin layer of black acrylic is just going to snap off in a second. So just build up the bottom of it with some clear. And then on a nail form backing, once again, I put down a bead of brown, then a bead of beige, and then a bead of red, just right next to each other. And then I just kind of stretched them into a long rectangle, a very, very long bar-shaped rectangle. Press it out, stretch it out again, press it out, so on and so forth. That's going to make your bacon. And then cut that in half. Because it was, you know, you're making this really long, so this is actually both your strips of bacon at once, which is kind of nice because it saves you time. You don't have to do it twice. And then once they start to set, and you can kind of slide your brush under them, use a silicone tool and your brush to give them that nice wavy cooked bacon appearance. Just kind of pull and stretch them into that nice wave, and use your brushes and kind of play with them and manipulate them until they've got that nice little bacon crinkle. Attach them to your skillet with some clear acrylic. The reason I use clear acrylic instead of nail glue is because nail glue stays shiny, and I did not want my skillet looking shiny. So I didn't want that to possibly be visible underneath or around the bacon. So I just used some clear acrylic to attach them, which actually works really well because it fills in those little waves and makes it stronger. Then with white acrylic, I'm going to be adding my 2 eggs. So I did actually do these eggs separately. So I put down the 1 bead of white, and then I grabbed another one to do this with. If you have a white acrylic that's not super duper white and it's going to show the black through, you may need to paint this, add a layer of white paint over the top of it so that it doesn't have that kind of gray appearance. Then with orange, add the first layer to your yolk. So a very, very thin layer of orange acrylic, just under where the yolk is going to be. And then a thicker layer of yellow. In my experience, yellow acrylic probably, I mean, obviously it depends on the brand, but it isn't quite opaque. So if you put orange underneath it and then the yellow on top, it has a very lifelike yolky appearance because it has kind of that orange hue around the edges, which I think really sells the whole thing. Then glue your skillet to the nail so that you're leaving a little bit of space beneath it and quite a bit of space above it. Fill in around your skillet with some clear acrylic so that it's not going to just pop off again. Like I said, you want to make these nails durable. So add quite a bit of clear acrylic around just to really secure it to the nail. And then after that is done, then we're going to be painting our fun little words. Of course, if you were doing this and you didn't want to have the words, you could have made your skillet larger and then it would fill in the nail and you wouldn't have to, it would just be good to go. But I kind of like adding puns because they're so wonderful, and I've done so much pun nail art, and every time I look back at one of them, they just crack me up. So this is more for my benefit than anybody else's, but you know, it happens. So then I know I'm kind of off camera and I apologize, but the words you're writing are in the first line, you're writing your, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, not the other kinds of your. I'm kind of a kind of a grammar geek, so that's important to me. Don't mess up your yours. Then write bacon and me in the next line. When you're writing bacon, use a little bit more paint and a little bit more pressure on your brush to make it so that it looks like it's bolded, so that the letters, all the letters are a little bit thicker. Then beneath your skillet, you're going to want to write crazy. So I started with the A in the center, and then I'm going to be adding the Z and the Y, as well as a exclamation point, and then an R and a C. There's not all of that much space underneath the skillet, so you kind of have to make sure that you wrap it up and around, because this is a round nail tip, so it has that nice curve in the letters. And then fill in the letters of bacon, B-A-C-O-N, with a little bit of burgundy or kind of a brown paint. And then apply gel sealer over the background. Be careful you don't hit your skillet, because like I said, you don't want to add any glossiness to that. So just over the background, and then kind of dab it over the bacon and the eggs to add a little bit of shine to them to make them look like this is going to sound bad, but make them look like they're kind of greasy. And that is it. I hope you guys like this design. Like I said, it just kind of makes me smile and laugh. All of these puns do. So please share any recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I could always use a laugh, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!